We're ready.
Hey everybody, my name is Jim Farmer. I'm the festival director of Out on Film, Atlanta's LGBTQ Film Festival. This is our 36th year, and we have some great programming this year. One of the films we're very excited about is Golden Delicious. I'll read a description right now, and then we'll meet the director and the lead actor. When basketball obsessed Aleks moves across the street, Asian Canadian teen Jake finds himself trying out for the basketball team to get his attention in Golden Delicious, a classic coming of age drama in the digital age, screening at 7:15 Sunday, October 1st at the Midtown Art Cinema. Please welcome director Jason Karman and Cardi Wong, lead actor, who will both be at the screening. Thanks so much.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
Absolutely. I'd seen this film before, but I saw it again at Frame On. So I wanted to see it with the audience also because I wanted to meet you. So congratulations. It's been such a crowd pleaser. So congratulations to both of you.
Thank you.
Jason, we'll start with you. Can you just talk a little bit about how the project came up, and is this in any way autobiographical?
It is semi-autobiographical. I work with writer Gorman Lee, so he's the sole writer on the project, and it started out with him back in, I think, 2008, and I came across the script in 2013 when I was looking for a first feature project.
Yeah.
And I was just blown away by his articulation of family relationships, especially within the Asian diaspora.
Sure.
So resonated with me, and I knew I wanted to work with him, and so I consulted with him to make sure that the characters were authentic in terms of their contemporary queer experiences, and 10 years later, here we are. The film is done.
Nice.
Long process, but
Finally.
a very rewarding one.
Nice. Cardi, can you tell us a little bit about Jake and sort of where he is in his life as the film opens?
Yeah, it's a pretty important kind of chapter for Jake because he's in his final year of high school, and I feel like once you're kind of at that stage, like the idea of school kind of opens up for you, and you kind of get to choose which avenue you want to go down.
Yeah.
And for Jake, I don't think he's quite getting that freedom just because of how much he cares about everyone around him. He cares so much about his girlfriend and what she would like from him that he would do whatever he can for her. His dad wants him to go into basketball, and he obviously wants his love and affection, so he'll go this way for him. But as that's all going on, it's kind of like spreading his heart thinner and thinner for himself. And so that was kind of what he's battling with as he's going through this movie. He's just trying to find a proper safe home for himself, but he can't do that. And now with Aleks moving in across the street, everything else is thrown out the window, and so that's like frustrating him, but he doesn't know why, and so that's the kind of identity journey that he goes through in the beginning of.
I wanted to ask both of you this because I love the family dynamic here. All the characters are just so wonderfully three-dimensional. I think all of us can relate to that. But can I get a take? Can both of you sort of talk about the family dynamic here and how important that is and why it affects Cardi so much? I'm sorry, Jake so much.
Do anymore. I don't know. I've been doing this movie for so long. Yeah, I just think I mean, for myself, I wish there were a lot of opportunities where I wish I could have explored more of that within like my sibling relationship and my mom relationship and everything as well. It is so important, and it shows in the movie how important it is to kind of get those words of affirmation and the love that he may or may not receive as the movie goes on. I mean, at the end of the day, your chosen family and the family that's kind of there for you when you're at your like worst, that's the people that are most important to you in your growth and in your discomfort. So I mean, themes of family, friendship, support, and those are all very prevalent in our project and obviously very important.
I'm just echoing what Cardi said. I think coming out doesn't happen in a vacuum, and that especially within Asian families, saving face and immediate family is very important in terms of how we evolve. So it was important for me to kind of present that because I didn't have that kind of support when I was growing up, and I wish I did. And I feel like today, I think it's really important to present something uplifting and empowering for youths and young minds to gravitate towards.
And then echoing that echo that he just echoed, one last echo. Yeah, it's just the idea that like Asian men, like before my generation, like they were taught just pure stoicism or whatever it may be, and just to be stern and strict and to like restrict the heart of like softness, because that is not how our ancestors may have survived. So our film is to kind of tackle that and to bring softness and to bring light and to bring like warmth and love into like more of the community and make it more like something that we can talk about instead of shy away from.
Gotcha. Cardi, you mentioned Aleks a few moments ago, but just tell me more about what happens when Aleks moves across the street and how that affects
handsome, beautiful Aleks, played by Chris Carson. Man, what a stallion. Yeah, as soon as Aleks moves in across the street, like all aspects of Jake's life seems to like just be a little more vibrant, kind of like the colors seem a bit brighter, the air feels a bit crisper, and maybe he's not entirely sure why, but the way into that would have been through basketball.
Yeah.
Up until that point, basketball represented something that was just trying to earn his father's love and respect and affection. But as soon as Aleks moves in and they have a mutual kind of, interest in basketball, then it becomes fun. It becomes something that he wants to explore and like challenge himself to make the team and therefore be with Aleks even a little more. Okay. So that's kind of what Aleks is for him. It's just in all aspects, a lot of his awakening.
Exactly. Jason, I was reading some of the press notes for the film, and the team is calling this a classic coming of age drama in the digital age. Can you sort of talk about having a coming of age drama set in the digital age?
Yeah, I think a lot of us have been exposed to a lot of to many coming of age films, and they don't address the technology aspect that's happening right now, and I I'm not quite sure if it's because the filmmakers are a bit older and we didn't have to deal with that when we were finding our identity, but I think it's really prevalent today. And I work in I work in an education field part-time, and I've seen the effects of social media on young minds and the anxiety that it creates, and the confusion and sometimes the acceleration. So it's just kind of navigating that is that I wanted to show. I think I got a question one time from an audience member saying, with all these options available to young minds today, why is it not easier to come out? Well, imagine having too many choices and being overwhelmed by that, right? So I think it's really topical to kind of deal with that and connect these two things, like different generations, so that there's more empathy.
Yeah. Okay. I want to ask this of both of you. Why is it so important to have out actors, gay actors play gay roles?
Well, I think so. I'll be the first to just chime in. I think we're moving into a phase where there's a lot more opportunities for queer actors to do different roles. And I also believe that a lot of I think I don't subscribe to queer actors only playing queer roles. I subscribe to all actors playing any roles, or else then we get into a situation where one is pigeonholed and one can only do this. And I'm sorry, but I'm not making a documentary. I'm making a fictional account of a story. And I think actors need to have latitude and flexibility, regardless of their sexuality, to be able to play any role. So that's my
okay.
Mm-hmm. And yeah, I think from my standpoint as like a, you know, BIPOC actor and everything, like I just feel like the way that this system and the way the society's made us feel, it's felt like it's either like, you know, the people that are the mainstream people, and then there's only one space for everyone else. And for our movie like this, it's kind of like built to like just broaden the avenues in which people should be able to represent the film, and like people from all shapes and sizes. We're all just hoping to like have a story that everyone can kind of express and relate to. Like we're all just fighting for like the voice and the right to be these people and
Yeah.
stuff. So
I'm just gonna add. I'm just gonna finish off and just say that as I'm comfortable with being openly queer, and I am the lead creative in this project.
Yeah.
So uh, I invite people to watch the film and see for themselves how authentic the performances are, because I think it is pretty authentic, if I do say so myself. And a lot of people, have told me that it feels pretty real what the characters are going through. So yeah,
Exactly.
I invite people to watch before making any judgment. So come to our screening.
That's great. I know that when I was growing up, which was a while ago, um, I didn't see many characters I could relate to. I mean, when I did see these characters, it was, often tragic. I saw the movie Cruising, which was about, gay serial killer. And then I saw a lot of AIDS dramas. So it took a while before I was able to see any positive role models. Can you talk about why representation is so important, especially in a film like this, which is reaching so many people?
yeah, yeah, we've had like a lot of audience members come up to us from all shapes and sizes, from all generations, and like you can just see in their eyes, like as they speak to you, how deeply that the project meant to them. Like there's like a slight glisten in their eyes or whatever it is. But yeah, we've had like full conversations around like a youth who may have been going through something very similar to Jake. And as a collective, like as everyone on stage, we were just like as supportive as we can. And then yeah, like in the opposite way too, we've had older people come up and just how important it is. And so for us, like I mean, even if we can just touch like two or three people like that, then for myself and my involvement in it, it feels like all the more worthwhile. It's not just some shallow project that we made. This project was really made out of love, and like, you know, we all had something that we felt like we needed to prove to everyone, but also just for ourselves, that we do deserve this space and we do have this voice that like does mean something. So that's why it was important for myself.
Great.
You can speak on that.
Yeah, for me, like yourself, when I was growing up in the 1990s, don't judge me. I was gonna say, I know I saw a lot of AIDS dramas and a lot of melancholy dramas about queer people, and I didn't feel too good about myself. And the ones that were uplifting resonated with me, and I was trying to understand why. I was trying to understand, why do these films have such an effect on me? And after making a lot of short films, queer ones especially, I noticed that the same films, the same positive films, came up in conversations with other filmmakers and other audience members, saying, "Do you remember that? Do you remember Beautiful Thing? That film that or Saving Face, that's another film that that ended happily ever after. Why can't we have more of those films? Why can't we have more genuine stories?" And so that compelled me to want to do this project, because if we don't get to do another project, then at least this is what we leave behind in the world, and I think it's great.
Oh, that's right. I'm just curious. I just this sort of came to me, but um, one of my favorite films of all time is Ang Lee's The Wedding Banquet. Are either of you familiar with that film?
I am.
Oh wow. I mean, I liked The Wedding Banquet more than I did Brokeback Mountain. I love The Wedding Banquet. What a great film.
Yeah, it's beautiful. We'll have to watch. We'll have to do
Yeah,
watch
yeah.
party.
Just
Oh, your homework for
That
when the festival tour is over. Anyway, thank you so much for talking to us. The film is Golden Delicious. Again, it plays at the Midtown Art Cinema Sunday, October 1st at 7:15, and come out and see a great film and meet the director Jason Karman and lead actor Cardi Wong. Thanks so much. We look forward to seeing
Do
you.
it. Come say hi to us.
Thanks so
Okay.
much.